The first rodeo was held in Deer Trail, Colorado in 1869. It featured cowboys competing in events like steer wrestling and bronc riding. The cowboy hat was invented by John B. Stetson, who created the iconic Stetson hat in 1865. It quickly became a symbol of the American West. Buffalo Bill Cody, a famous showman and buffalo hunter, once put on a show for Queen Victoria of England. He rode his horse up the steps of her palace and into her audience chamber. The Winchester rifle was a popular gun in the Old West and was known for its reliability and accuracy. It was also marketed to women as a self-defense weapon. The term cowboy originally referred to a worker who tended to cows rather than a skilled horseman. It wasn't until later that it came to be associated with the romanticized image of the Wild West. The stagecoach was a common form of transportation in the West, but it was often targeted by outlaws. To prevent robberies, some stagecoach companies hired famous lawmen like Wyatt Earp as guards. The town of Deadwood, South Dakota, had the first telephone line in the West. It was installed in 1878, just a few years after Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. The Texas Rangers, a famous law enforcement agency, were originally formed to protect settlers from Native American attacks. They later became known for their pursuit of outlaws like John Wesley Hardin and Bonnie and Clyde. The outlaw Billy the Kid was only 21 when he was killed by Pat Garrett. Despite his young age, he had already become one of the most infamous outlaws in the West. The American bison, also known as the buffalo, once roamed the Great Plains in massive herds. However, by the late 1800s, they were nearly hunted to extinction due to overhunting and market demand for their hides and meat. Today, they are a protected species and can be found in national parks like Yellowstone. The famous shootout at the OK Corral in Tombstone, Arizona, only lasted 30 seconds, but it resulted in the deaths of 3 outlaws and made lawman Wyatt Earp a legend. Wild Bill Hickok, a legendary gunslinger, was shot and killed while playing poker in Deadwood, South Dakota. The hand he was holding at the time, a pair of aces and eights, is now known as the dead man's hand. The outlaw John Wesley Hardin was a notorious killer who claimed to have killed over 40 men. He was eventually captured and sentenced to prison, where he studied law and became a lawyer after his release. That was it. 10 quick facts about the Wild West. We hope that you learned something today. Subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.